wanna tell you you're beautiful in a way that you have not heard before, but I don't think it's gonna work, 'cause I'm not good with words.
I have a lot of questions from the fans on Twitter.
Oh gosh.
So, Sarah would like to know, would you ever collaborate with Shawn Mendes?
Yeah, absolutely. Sean's like one of the nicest kids I've ever known, because he's Canadian, and all Canadians are super nice, but he's also super talented, so of course.
From Sunside, Jacob, when did you realize you wanted to be an artist?
I realized I wanted to be an artist when I was about 13. I was always super into sports. I was into American football, soccer, and tennis, and all kinds of other things, basketball. And I played all of those sports. And then when I turned 13, I started getting lazier, and I wanted to do something easier than sports because I was so tired of going to practice all the time and stuff. So I started playing guitar, and then eventually started singing at 13.
From Sykes Marriage, do you have a ritual before going on stage?
I usually like to be alone. I like to drink a Red Bull. I like to FaceTime with friends and family, and I just like to relax and enjoy myself and warm up. I do vocal warm-ups and
Nothing crazy?
Nothing crazy. I mean, I do push-ups. That's how I get my nerves out.
From Espino's movie, which song would describe you the best?
Probably one of my songs. You know, Words is definitely a song that describes me very well, because I'm terrible at communicating my feelings to girls when I'm face-to-face with them. I think I'm a decent songwriter, but when it comes to being face-to-face with a girl, it's really hard for me to communicate my feelings, so Words.
From Cool Whitesides, how does it feel like standing in front of lots of people and having them out there for you?
It's amazing, especially over here overseas. It's been super mind-blowing every time I come to a place that I don't even, I can't locate it on a map, and then coming here and having like 300, 500, 600 girls screaming my song lyrics and my name. It always gives me chills, especially when I'm on stage singing and they sing the songs back to me. It's my favorite feeling in the world.
From Oh My God, Whitesider, what's been your favorite fan experience so far on this tour?
Probably meeting my first international fans, which was in my hotel in Copenhagen. When I got there, I didn't even know where I was staying in Copenhagen, and somehow they found out where I was staying, so I went down to the lobby, and there was like 6 girls, and they were all super, super sweet. And especially over here, they all really care about the communication part. They all want to talk instead of just taking pictures, so it's been really, really amazing to meet the fans over here.
Of Jacob, what was the hardest song to write on your EP?
The hardest song to write was probably Ohio, only because it's like the most personal song. Like, all the songs are super personal that I write, but this one was the hardest to open up about and talk about, so definitely Ohio.
What was the inspiration behind this song?
The inspiration behind Ohio was a lack of a relationship I had with my dad. We were super close all the way up until I turned 13, and my parents split up, and I went and lived with him, and we had a really bad relationship, and I haven't talked to him since. I've been with my mom. My mom's super amazing, so I'm not really worried about it, but that was definitely the hardest song to open up about.
Sing a sweet and simple serenade directly to your heart.
French fans, thank you so much for being here. I walked outside earlier, and you guys are like the loudest girls I've ever heard in my life, so thank you so much for being here. I can't wait for the show tonight, and I love you so much.
But I'm not good